Hey, Forrest here. Nothing like getting paid. And with ICCU's mobile app, I can deposit checks or accept Zelle payments so the money hits my account fast. I just wish there was an app for mowing the rest of these lawns.
Right now, Lithia Ford of Boise is buying used vehicles. How much you want for the SUV?
I don't know.
Well, Lithia Ford will give you more than that.
How much more?
More than you think.
I'm not thinking anything.
I'm thinking you might get even more than that. See how much more you can get at Lithia Ford of Boise.
When it comes to concrete, we've got you covered. RowPaint.com offers custom concrete coating services for your garage, business, warehouse, and more. And we do it in one day. We are your complete concrete coatings solution.
This is Bronco Nation News Live. The best interviews, the most informed opinions, the latest breaking news, all from the top Boise State insiders. Today's broadcast is coming from the Cutwater Spirits Canned Cocktail Studios. Check out one of their more than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails at your local gas station or grocery store. Cutwater Canned Cocktails is perfect for your next game day tailgate party. Now, here's four-time NSMA Idaho Sports Writer of the Year, BJ Rains, with another edition of Bronco Nation News Live.
Well, greetings, Boise State fans. Good morning to you. Happy Friday. We are live at LeanFeast in Meridian, 2830 North Eagle Road, to be exact, Suite 120. You can check them out online at leanfeast.com/Meridian. You see Dave and the staff already hard at work getting the food ready for today, making some orders. We've already had a couple people come in for online orders today. Excited to be here today. We're going to talk Taylen Green, who actually has a deal with them. We're going to talk some Boise State softball. I had the chance to catch up with Kelsey Hall, but excited to be on location. Look at that, putting the scoop of rice right in there with the ground turkey for someone. Looked like they ordered 7 or 8 meals there. They got the breakfast foods. There's 12 different kinds of chicken that you see right there. Love the different flavors they can do for you. 6 kinds of tri-tip as well. The seasoning they're putting on there. It's a convenience-based quick service restaurant, revolutionary meal prep experience. You can order it online for pickup or delivery, or you can come on and make your orders special like you want. There you see they're cooking the chicken this morning. I saw some steak on there already. So there's the fresh broccoli being cut as well. So everything is cooked daily, and it's fully customizable. They're a new sponsor with us here at Bronco Nation News. So please, folks, come out, support the sponsors, help us out. If they're making more money and they're doing well, they're going to keep supporting us. So you see all the different kinds of veggies there: asparagus, peppers, beans, broccoli, squash, cauliflower, rice, my favorite. So many different options, green beans, kale, spinach. Go right down the line. It's basically take the food, you take as much as you want, and they just charge you by the ounce for the meat. And you can get 4, 6, 8, even 10 ounces if you're hungry. You get the meat, you choose your kind there, they weigh it for you, and then obviously you pick your veggies and things, and they even have the seasonings. I like those as well. So we bring you in here live. The lighting's not perfect, but we're making it do today. Also hope the signal is okay for you guys. Keep us updated on how it's going. BJ Rains here. This is Bronco Nation News Live. As I said, appreciate everybody for checking us out today. It's a Friday. I know it's a little dreary outside. We got a lot going on, but excited to be here and excited to tell you more about LeanFeast as we go on throughout the day here. So appreciate everybody for checking us out. We already got some comments on the YouTube chat as well. So I hope everybody's having a great Friday. I had a chance to catch up with Kelsey Hall yesterday. We're going to hear the full 6-minute interview. The Mountain West Softball Player of the Year. She is transferring from Boise State. I was with my kids at the Boise Hawks games, full transparency, Meridian Youth Baseball Night at the Boise Hawks game, and I'm randomly sitting in the seats, and they say now throwing out the first pitch is Kelsey Hall. So, by the way, if you can't hear me or anything, let me know, guys. We should be good on the volume, but if there's any issues, please let me know, as this is the first time using a new mixer here on location. So if you can give me a quick yes or no in the YouTube chat if it sounds okay. But again, I'm sitting at the game. They say throwing out the first pitch is the Mountain West Player of the Year, Kelsey Hall. And I'm like, wait a minute, what? And then sure enough, she's back there signing autographs in the back of the room. So I said, well, I'm going to have to, go talk to her. She was back behind the concourse. So went back there. I told her who I was. I asked, explained to her what I was thinking. Would she be interested in an interview? And she said yes. So about 6 minutes, we talked to her, and it was a really good interview, and looking forward to letting you guys hear that. I asked her why she's wanting to transfer. I asked her if getting pinch hit for in the Mountain West tournament had anything to do with that. So, again, we'll hear from Kelsey Hall here in a little bit. We're going to talk Taylen Green as well. By the way, Taylen Green, who is our topic today, and we're going to talk about him more on Tuesday with Tuss. He has a deal here with the fine folks at LeanFeast. So the Taylen Green special, buffalo chicken, red potatoes, and corn. So you want to support the folks here that are supporting the local athletes, come support LeanFeast here in Meridian. We're going to talk to their owner, Dave, at the end of the show. But I am down about 20 pounds, and this is not just some marketing thing. I'm down about 20 pounds since I switched to LeanFeast about 6 weeks ago or so. So I eat pretty much nothing but LeanFeast for lunch and dinner, and cutting out the carbs. So I'm going keto. I go with the meat. I go with the cauliflower rice, go with some of the veggies, and it's working really well for me. So I highly recommend it. When you come on in, tell them you heard about it on Bronco Nation News, that you're wanting to support them, and we'll see if they can hook you up with a special deal. So Taylen Green is the topic today. By the way, we have a foursome available for the Bronco Nation News Golf Tournament next Friday. We have a couple available, but if you are a paying subscriber and you can get 4 people together for next Friday, our friends at Lithia Ford had originally wanted 2 foursomes, and they're only going to be able to fill 1. So we have an extra foursome in the afternoon session. You get there around 12. Tee off around 1:30. If you can get 4 people together for a foursome and you're willing to buy some raffle tickets and spend a little bit of money on the mulligans and raffle tickets, but still get a huge savings on the overall price, send me an email, rains@bronconationnews.com, rains@bronconationnews.com, or send me a DM on Twitter, and we will figure it out if that is possible. And we will, if we have 1 left, and if I get more than 1, we'll figure out a way to make that work and do a raffle or something. But if you're interested, you can get a foursome together and you'll buy some raffle tickets for next Friday, Timberstone Golf Course, for the Bronco Nation News Golf Tournament, with a portion of the proceeds going to our friends at the Idaho Youth Sports Commission. And please let me know, and we will do our best to get you in there. So I mentioned Taylen Green. I mean, we've done this series for 4 weeks now, folks, and Taylen Green is the top story, in my opinion, going into the 2023 season. This will be the 20th topic. We're talking about 20 storylines, 20 questions, 20 topics for the football team heading into the season. And I think there's no bigger story than Taylen Green emerging as a star. Is he ready to be the Mountain West Player of the Year and play like that? He's going to have huge expectations on his shoulders this year. We saw what he did last year, when teams didn't have a ton of time to prepare for him, and he kind of burst onto the scene in the middle of the season. But what does the first full year of Taylen Green starting look like? And so I think that's a huge, story. And can he stay healthy? Can he stay productive? Can he, improve with the passing a little bit? We obviously know what he can do with his legs. So him and Bush Hamden working together, for me, Taylen Green, story number 1 for the Boise State football team. And I think it's just kind of ironic, I guess, or works out nicely that the day we're here doing the show at LeanFeast, one of their NIL deals that they have is with Taylen Green. So that is pretty cool. We'll talk a little more about Taylen Green. We're also going to get to some of your comments, some of your questions. We're going to hear the Kelsey Hall interview as well, but I do want to thank some of our other sponsors like Cutwater Spirits. Get your comments, your questions in on Taylen Green. How big of a star can he be? How big is the ceiling? What do you expect from Taylen Green? Is anything short of a Mountain West Player of the Year a disappointing season for Taylen Green? We'll get to your comments next in the ICCU YouTube chat. But Cutwater Spirits, Stein Distributing, more than 30 flavors of mixed drinks, mixed cocktails. The Mai Tai there on the screen is one of my favorites. Check them out at your local gas station or grocery store, and they'll be offering free samples out at the Bronco Nation News Golf Tournament next week. Rowpaint.com, the official paint and coatings company, as you see at Boise State Athletics. They can do the one-day install. It's 5 times stronger than epoxy. I highly recommend you check out their concrete coatings. You will not be disappointed if you do so, and they're scheduling it out now, so get a free estimate at rowpaint.com. Lithia Ford of Boise, the weather's heating up. That means it's grilling season. When it's grilling season, that means the weather is heating up and the deals are heating up at Lithia Ford of Boise. So LithiaFordBoise.com, view the full inventory of vehicles. And again, the cash appraiser, appraiser will still make a cash offer on the spot if you bring your used vehicle in there to Lithia Ford of Boise. And our friends at Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com, check them out. the best in mobile e-branch online banking. They're sponsoring the Tyson Degenhart Show. We're very appreciative of them making that happen. June 5th, the first episode of the Tyson Degenhart Show, thanks to our friends at ICCU. And if you're looking for a new job, how about Transportation Compliance Service? They can help you get in the trucking industry. Transcomservice.com, the DOT permits, overweight permits, anything you need to get into the trucking industry. Transportation Compliance Service can help you out at transcomservice.com. I mentioned we're here at LeanFeast in Meridian. We're talking Taylen Green. We're taking your comments, your questions on the YouTube tab. Again, we're going to hear the exclusive interview with Kelsey Hall coming up a little bit later in the show as well. Let's see what we got here. Sorry if I'm looking over to the side where my monitor is today, but Kyle Matthews could use a cocktail right now. One of the best in the business, Wow 104.3 Country brand manager. If you guys aren't listening to Wow 104.3 Country, you're missing out. Kyle Matthews is the man. Appreciate him for checking out the show. Let's see. Going to miss Kelsey Hall. Yeah, we'll get to that here in a little bit. Used to listen to you guys all the time. They're on FM, no longer here in my area. I assume you're talking about ESPN 95.3, The Ticket. I used to host a show on ESPN Boise. Maybe that's what you're talking about from a couple years ago. Dennis saying it looks great. Sounds good. That's good. Nate says, love, hate the transfer portal. Hate losing our best talent, but love getting the Power 5 transfers. Yeah, it goes both ways. My understanding is they've already, softball team has already had a player on campus in the last couple of days, a transfer potentially. So they're moving on. They're going to find somebody, and I think they're going to do what they can to try to move on. And obviously, it was a surprising departure for Kelsey Hall, but obviously, it is what it is, and you move on. We'll hear from her in a little bit. A Cutwater sounds delicious right now. Yeah, it is 9:13, but it is Friday, so I guess a Friday makes it okay because it is Friday, so that's okay. You can have a Cutwater whenever you want. It sounds great. I'll probably be having a couple this weekend. Speaking of football, Boise State, somebody mentioned on there, did nail down their first commitment of the 2024 class. It's a defensive lineman from Montana, Hayden Hanks. You can read more. Jordan Kay had a nice article about him in BlueTurfSports.com, the Idaho Press. 6'4", 270 pounds, the first commit for the 2024 season. And he's from Thompson Falls High School. It was an 8-man football that moved up. Their population in the town is like 1,300, so very small town. But he was able to, do something to show Boise State coaches that he deserved to come. And I'm kind of curious. I mean, do you guys kind of prefer the small town school diamond in the rough guys, or would you prefer Boise State's going after the 4-star, highly recruited guys? Obviously, it works both ways. Boise State under Chris Peterson really made their hay kind of going for some of the lower, under recruited guys. Obviously that continued, on to Leighton Vander Esch and on, but sometimes there's the higher ranked guys that can come in and maybe are a little safer or can make a little bit of a bigger impact right away. You get both sides of that. So as Nate says, like Hayden's film, big body with room to grow. Yep, no doubt. Kurt talking about the defensive lineman from Montana. So, yeah, there's different ways to go about it when you're recruiting. Obviously, Boise State, locks in him, and then the D-line is going to be something that they obviously need. And, they added some guys in the transfer portal as well. They added no lineman, a D lineman in the last couple of weeks. This is obviously 2024, but still going to need to bulk that up in future classes even more as well. So they go for a little under the radar, I would say, diamond in the rough type guy, hopefully. Again, 1,300, I think 44 kids in his class or something. Very, very small town school. They were playing 8-man football. So the fact that, again, I don't know how Boise State found him, but they did, and it worked out. And they finally have their first commit in the fold. Dennis says small town, big heart. Yeah, Kurt's talking about Corey Hall, Leighton Vander Esch. I mean, there's a lot of guys from the area. I mean, Matt Paradis from Council, Idaho. I mean, you go down the line, Boise State has had very good success finding a lot of these small town guys, and see if it can continue here moving forward. So we're going to get to the Kelsey Hall interview. I do want to get back to Taylen Green. Nate says Taylen Green has all the tools to be an elite college football quarterback. Don't think we'll see his ceiling here at Boise State. I think he has a potential to have a long playing career. And I mean, we saw what he did last year, how dangerous he can be. I think with Taylen, the whole thing comes down to the how much do they run him, how much do they not. I mean, they don't need to run him too much when you have two potential first-team All-Mountain West running backs there in Ashton Genty and George Helani. But when the pocket breaks down and he can take off, that's going to be huge. So you'd like to see him run some. I think his legs are going to be awesome. I'm really excited to see what he can do this year as a quarterback, and I think there's a chance he could be the preseason Mountain West Player of the Year. I mean, I think there is a chance for that, and that's crazy when you think about a guy that just came in and now he's a redshirt sophomore, only played, in 10 games last year, 10, 11 games, and he comes in as his first year as a starter, and he's already maybe the preseason Mountain West Player of the Year. So there's going to be huge expectations on Taylen Green this year, and that's just what I'm kind of focused on is the hype, and does it get too big? Do folks like me, folks like Johnny and Prater all summer long on the radio, how high is the hype, and are we going to put too much on this young man's shoulders? So I think Taylen Green has the potential to be special. I think he has the potential to be one of the greats here. Certainly, time will tell, but I think that Taylen Green, the future is very high. You just hope he can stay healthy. And I'm very excited to see how him and Bush Hamden, it sounds like a good, match. We'll find out, obviously, if that is the case. Nate Staley, I hope TG can put on another 10 or 15 pounds, but still retain that speed. That's obviously the case. Perry saying if the passing game can take a leap forward, the offense will be dangerous. Yeah, it's going to come down to the passing. We know he can run. Somebody was asking about the receivers. Robbie Robinson there. Curious who Green's go-to receiver will be. That's a good one. I mean, you have Caples, you have Cobbs, you have Bowens, you McAllister. I mean, there's 3, 4, 5 options, and we've talked about the receivers on this show a great deal in recent weeks. So, yeah, I think that, I don't think there's going to be one guy that really is above the rest. I think you really are going to look up and see 3 or 4 guys with like 40 catches probably when the season's over. Maybe one game somebody has 8 or 9, and the next game it's somebody else. So I'll give it to you, Kurt. Kurt did say last year to start Taylen Green right away. I don't know how serious you were about it or if you were joking, but you were saying that, and we'll give you credit for being right on that. But let's let Kelsey Hall again. I know we don't talk a ton of softball on here, but Kelsey Hall is the Mountain West Player of the. I'm gonna have to download this interview for a second here. It looks like it's still on the cloud, so we'll see how long this takes. Kelsey Hall was the Mountain West Softball Player of the Year. Had high expectations at Boise State, and for whatever reason, had that one stretch where she was hitting a home run pretty much every at bat. And so, again, don't really know what happened. The verdict is still kind of out as to why she, decided to move on and transfer. And but I was able, again, at the Boise Hawks last night. I was just kind of randomly at the game, and she was there throughout the first pitch, and I gave her a lot of credit for still showing up. I don't know if she had already been paid or if she wanted to get paid or what the arrangement was already with the Boise Hawks, but she admitted in her first question she was a little nervous. It was a little awkward what it was going to be like for her to, get in a situation where she shows up and they announce her, and everybody knows that 2 days ago or 3 days ago she just entered the transfer portal. So I think that it is a unique situation for her, but she obviously, lived up to her end of the bargain and showed up and did the first pitch, and then was there for about 3-4 innings. I think the deal was 3 innings, and unfortunately for her, the Hawks scored 9 runs in like the bottom of the second. So she was probably there a little bit longer than she had expected to be. But I saw a lot of kids going up there. She talked to my kids. There were a lot of other kids that went up, and she signed some baseballs and some pictures and things. And so kudos before I play the interview. And some people on Twitter were giving me a little grief, why bother her and why talk to her and all this stuff. Well, I just went up and asked her. I told her who I was, and I said, hey, a lot of people are kind of curious why you decided to transfer. It's kind of a big story, obviously, with how well the softball team has done in recent years. And I was just curious if you might, be willing to talk about it. And she said she thought about it for a second. And I said, hey, give you a chance to kind of thank Bronco Nation and end it on a positive note. And she said, sure. So I give her a lot of credit. She was willing to talk. And she answered the questions. And I asked her about 5-6 minutes. And we're going to play that here in a minute. And yes, I am stalling because the interview was in the cloud and is downloading to my laptop here. So I think in about a minute or so, we will be good to go. But Kelsey Hall, Mountain West Player of the Year, has some big hopes, but I think she's just looks like a bigger stage. She talked about wanting to have the chance to play, still be playing right now in the Super Regionals or the College World Series and not be, doing appearances and interviews and things like that. So I think that was part of it for Kelsey Hall. And again, don't know if there was some NIL deal or back channeling or tampering or what. I have no idea how that played out, but Kelsey Hall, is moving on, and she said nothing but positive things about Justin Schultz and the softball program. So we will get to that interview here in just moments when it's looks like it's about 30 seconds away from being finished downloading. We are at LeanFeast in Meridian, as I said. We're going to talk to Dave, the owner, here before the show is over as well. Looking forward to that. And again, leanfeast.com/Meridian. It's at 2830 North Eagle Road. It's right there basically at U-Stick and Eagle Road in Meridian. And I've made the switch with them, about 6 weeks ago or so, and I'm down almost 20 pounds. So I am loving my connection with Lean Feast and appreciating them for helping us out. Let's hear from Kelsey Hall. I think the interview is good to go. We'll thank a couple of our sponsors real quick before we do that. Matt Bauscher, Bauscher Real Estate. #1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley is Matt Bauscher. No home is too big or too small. Check them out, BauscherRealEstate.com. The Blue and Orange Store. You need some Boise State gear? Check them out, TheBlueandOrangeStore.com. Free shipping. Any order over $40. I was in the store yesterday picking up some gift cards for the golf tournament. So many cool Boise State items, whether it be golf balls or things, tongs for your grill, all kinds of stuff. Check them out, TheBlueandOrangeStore.com. Ridley's Family Markets, shopridleys.com. They got 13 Idaho locations across the state of Idaho and a couple in the Treasure Valley here. You get 40% off on some deals if you use that app. Go download the new Ridley's app in your smartphone. You won't be disappointed. Get more information, find a location near you at shopridleys.com. Okay, I mentioned Kelsey Hall. Let's hear from Kelsey Hall. And again, I'll be curious your thoughts during the interview. Let me know your thoughts on what you think on her deciding to move on, deciding to, her comments during the interview, all that good stuff. Here she is, Kelsey Hall, Mountain West Softball Player of the Year, with Bronco Nation News exclusively on her decision to transfer.
Yeah, I just can't thank the Boise community enough at the end of the day. I was obviously, with recent events, I was pretty nervous to come out here, but every single person that's came up has been nothing but supportive. And that's why I just can't thank Bronco Nation enough for just taking me in, like I said, taking me in as one of your own and helping me become a better person along with being a better athlete. So I'm glad I came out here. I'm glad that I get to meet some of the people that have been so supportive of me, and it's been a great experience.
What did go into your decision, your reasons to decide to transfer?
Yeah, I love Boise. It was a really hard decision for me, but at the end of the day, something in my heart said I needed to take directions elsewhere, and there's no crazy story. There's nothing, Coach Schultz has been an amazing human being. Coach Fran, Coach Allie, Maddie Zur. I can name every single supportive staff has been absolutely, going into their offices was some of the most heartbreaking conversations I've ever had. But, my family supports me. Everyone here supports me. So I know I had to just do what was in my heart, what was best for me, to see where these last 2 years of softball takes me.
What changed? Because you put out a tweet I guess you're stuck with me, Bronco Nation, or something 2 weeks or a week earlier. What changed?
Yeah, it was something that it was a really heavy decision, and I was pretty set on staying. And like I said, there's no crazy story. There's no crazy big altercation or anything like that, but it just kind of crept into my brain, and I said, you know what? Bet on yourself and see what happens. I have a great thing going here at Boise, and like I said, can't thank Bronco Nation enough for that. Can't thank Coach Schultz enough for believing in me, but there was just something in my heart that said, you just need to go forward and see where it takes you.
So where is it taking you? What's your goals, I guess, or what are you looking for in your next spot?
Yeah, I don't know where I'm going yet, guys, but for me, I don't know. I don't know what stage it's going to take me to, but selfishly for myself, I know Boise State's very capable of amazing things, but potentially just seeing what stage it takes me to is when I know you'll know, right? So I can't sit here and give some crazy politically correct answer other than I don't know yet, but I'm just going to find a home that will suit me for my master's degree in the next 2 years.
Did getting pinch hit for in the Mountain West tournament or a couple times have anything to do with you being frustrated or wanting to leave? Or?
No, like I keep saying, I trust Coach Schultz more than anything. He did what was best. He did what he thought was best. And at the end of the day, emotionally, did I want those at-bats? Of course. I wouldn't be an athlete of Boise State caliber if I said I didn't want those at-bats. But I have every belief in the teammates next to me, to my left, to my right, and Coach Schultz wants to win too. So if you look back at stats, Janessa Uleghi had my number. She's an amazing pitcher, so he did what he thought was best for the team in that decision. So I support him. I support the other coaches, and he's a very smart man. And emotionally, did I want those? Of course. I wouldn't be a competitor with everything that happened if I said, oh no, I was fine without him, But I wouldn't say that was an emotional decision. It was business.
So have you got pretty good interest since you went in the portal, or you have a finalist list or anything, or who are you talking to? Or what's the update?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you, these past almost 72 hours have been kind of crazy. It's been, when you come from such a respectful program like Boise State, Coach Schultz has built this program up amazingly. Like, you're going to get interest, whether you're Mountain West Player of the Year or you redshirt. Like, you're just going to get interest because of what we've done, especially in these past 2 years. So obviously I'm not going to say what's been going on, because until I have that solidified answer for myself to make that public. But yeah, it's been an amazing experience. I've had great conversations with a lot of respectful coaches, competitive conferences, competitive programs, and I'm very thankful, and I give that a big credit to Boise State.
Player of the year in the conference, I assume, Power 5 or whatever the next level up is that you obviously want to think you're good enough for that, or want to challenge yourself? Is that part of this? Want to go to a bigger level? Or?
Yeah, of course, naturally, I remember being a little girl saying, I can play on that big stage, I can play in Oklahoma City. That's one of the things that emotionally, selfishly, I want to compete for. But my biggest thing is Boise State has given me such a home that wherever I go, it doesn't necessarily matter the level, but I need to find a home that welcomes me just as much as Boise State has. And a lot of it goes into getting a master's degree where it's from, a respected university, and just finding somewhere where we go in and day out and just compete for the hopes of getting a national championship.
Is this NIL related at all, or I don't know, how do you feel about the NIL situation with softball? And
yeah,
is there more opportunities elsewhere, you think? Or?
Here I am at the Boise Hawks, so like Boise State, Mike Walsh is doing an amazing job with NIL here and is continuing to build, which I accredit to them. So I've never really invested a lot about NIL, just because whenever I've been playing, it's more so about the little girl in me. That's why I play softball. I don't play softball, like NIL's a newer thing. But who knows what opportunities will come my way, and I'm excited for them, of course. If that's an amazing factor wherever I go, if that's a plus, it's a plus, right? But I'm just excited to get an opportunity to bet on myself and go all out for the next 2 years.
So what would be your final message, I guess, to Bronco Nation as you kind of move on to the next chapter in your career here?
I would say thank you, Bronco Nation. Like I've always said, taking me in. You guys have been absolutely amazing to me. These last 2 years, I came off of not playing softball for 2 years. You guys never noticed that, almost. It felt like you guys supported me. Like I said, you guys are still supporting me. And that was the hardest decision I had to make, was leaving you guys. And you guys are making it harder, loving on me so much. So I just continue to let you guys know that you've made such an impact on me. And every day I'll be thankful for you, and I'll always be rooting for you, Bronco Nation.
Well, there she was, Kelsey Hall. We appreciate her for coming on. Hey, a couple more of our sponsors, United Commercial Insurance, UnitedCommercialInsurance.com. Check them out. They can write business policy insurance in 44 states around the country. Again, that's United Commercial Insurance. We want to thank our friends at Boise Dentistry Co. as well, Dr. Miner and his staff. You see my kids, they don't smile very often at the dentist, but they do when they go see Dr. Miner and his staff. Full family dentistry. They make it an enjoyable experience. Check them out at Boise Dentistry Co. We're going to bring it back on full screen here. We are live at LeanFeast in Meridian, and happy to be here and talking with you guys. And we're with our man Dave, who's the owner of this place. Dave, let's see. I got to make you look good here, man. We'll back it up a little bit. How's it going, man?
Great. How are you?
Good. Appreciate you for coming on. I mentioned the Taylen Green special here. You are, doing what you can. You're now starting to try to get in and do some NIL deals and support the local athletes. I guess, before we get into the store, tell us about just why it's important for you to want to try to help and support some of these athletes here at Boise State.
Yeah, we got some wind that these kids weren't eating as good as they probably should be, considering what they do and what their jobs are. And we were presented with an opportunity to feed Taylen and feed Ashton and feed Dimitri Washington as well in the past, and also Abu. You remember Abu?
Yeah, Abu Kijab.
So we fed all of them. We're still feeding Ashton and Taylen today, and we're talking to Tyson. Hopefully we can get him on board.
There you go.
He had some of our food. He loves it a lot, and we're working that out. But yeah, we just want to feed the kids and make sure that they're getting fed well and eating stuff that fuels them for performance, not just grabbing something that's not so good for them to get the calories in. So,
well, I said I'm down about 20 pounds, I think, since I started eating Lean Feast. And you mentioned Taylen Green, buffalo chicken, red potatoes, and corn is his special. What's Ashton going with these days?
Ashton loves our Fiesta Bowl. So it's kind of like our taco bowl without a wrap, right? So it's got rice on the bottom. Then we got ground meat. He usually goes with the ground beef, taco seasoning. And then we hit it with fajita veggies, corn, and black beans, and then some jalapenos and cheese on top and some salsa.
That sounds pretty good. Hey, take us back. I'm going to replay this video from the beginning of the show just while we talk about Lean Feast here. But just the concept, how it works, why people should come in and check it out. What's your 60-second sales pitch here?
Yeah, so Lean Feast is a brick-and-mortar meal prep restaurant or healthy eating restaurant. You can come in, grab meals for the week. So a lot of our customers order 10, 15 meals for them and a significant other, someone else in their family, or them and their kids. Or you can come in and grab one meal. We can heat it right up, and you can eat it right away. All the food is fresh. All the food is healthy. If there is any sauce on the meals, it's going to have less than 1 gram of sugar per ounce of meat. So really low. All the carbs are cooked but plain, meaning no butter, sugar, salt, anything added to them. If you want to add that stuff, you're more than welcome to, and it's going to taste even better. And then all the veggies are raw. So they steam in our containers when you microwave them for 2 minutes, real easy. But they hold better, so our meals are good in your fridge for 5 days, which makes our food not only healthy but faster than fast food.
Yeah.
You can microwave them in 2 minutes, way faster than going to the store.
I've had
picking up a meal.
Couple people on here saying they are enjoying the food here. We got somebody saying, ask Najee Smith's mom and aunt what they need support-wise, and nutrition is one of the biggest things they mentioned. Don't want to let too much out of the bag, but you may be doing some bigger stuff, hopefully with some of the teams themselves moving forward. But I just love the convenience of it. You see here that, weighing the meat, and I get these, what do you call those ones that pop up on your, feed that are the automated ones on Facebook or whatever, and it's like frozen, and it's all this stuff where it's like, you don't want that, like frozen prepackaged stuff. I mean, you walk down the line here as if you're at a Chipotle or a Subway or somewhere and say, I want that and that and that, and how much of it. And like you said, you can either heat it up right away or take it home. And you got some orders there in the fridge too for people as well. People could order all online and you could deliver to them. They never even have to come in the store.
No, they sure don't. Yeah, you can pick up in 10 seconds, and we will accept orders and build them in less than 2 hours. So we're a lot different than any other meal prep company that way as well. We always have the food ready to rock, and we're always happy to build whatever you need.
Lean Feast in Meridian. You said it was 12 different kinds of chicken.
Yeah, every single day we have 12 different kinds of chicken, 6 different flavors of tri-tip. We've got ground beef, ground turkey, bison, salmon, shrimp, and more.
It's unbelievable, man. It is really, you really could. I've been coming here, and I said about 5 weeks or so, and I think I even just yesterday I ordered something. I had, the chili garlic. What's the chili garlic?
Oh, yeah, garlic tri-tip.
And I'd never so I'm getting new stuff I've never tried before, but it's also the first 2 or 3 I've had are so good I don't want to switch it up. But
yeah, surf and turf is another fan favorite.
Yes,
that you won't usually see from a meal prep company.
No, and in 2 minutes in my microwave, I'm eating steak and shrimp and broccoli, and I do the cauliflower rice for the keto. So awesome stuff, Dave. I'm happy for our partnership. I appreciate our friend Bob Berry for connecting us, and looking forward to seeing how we can continue to build this moving forward. Help fill this place, fill that fridge with some meals, and continue to help both our companies here. I got a lot of companies I support, Dave, and I always say this, I don't take someone's money just to take their money. I don't take their thing. I'm not going to hawk some product if I don't believe in it. I would rather turn down their deal. And from day one, when I met you and tried the food, I was like, we got to make this work, because I legitimately love the food here, and it's easy. And like I said, it's working for me, down 20 pounds and eating healthy and fresh. So I'm looking forward to it, keeping this going and continuing to see you build this business, man. And I really appreciate your time, man.
Well, thanks for coming down.
There he is, Lean Feast in Meridian. I forgot your last name on the air. Tell it, Dave.
Dave Musgrave.
Musgrave. Yeah. Okay. I knew that. I was like, wait a minute. I'm freaking. All right. Appreciate you, man.
Good, brother.
You'll see Dave. He's here. He's the owner, but he's here working and helping take orders and do all the food and everything. So we truly appreciate Dave for helping us out here with Bronco Nation News. And again, Lean Feast in Meridian. Come check it out. Tell them Bronco Nation News sent you. You will not be disappointed. And again, support the local, support the businesses and the companies that are supporting your local athletes here. Taylen Green, Ashton Genty, Tyson Degenhart coming up. So he's helping, feed them, put healthy meals in their bodies. Come over here on Eagle Road, check it out. Tell them you heard about it on Bronco Nation News, and we would truly support it because they are helping support Bronco Nation News. And I said helping me drop some pounds and help us continue to be able to do shows and things like this, all the time. So appreciate everybody for checking us out on the chat. For all the comments we got today. I know the lighting's not perfect. I'm not sure if the speed and sound and everything was okay, but always a little bit of a challenge when you do a show on the road. But excited to be here at LeanFeast. Excited for the weekend. We are 1 week away. 1 week from today is that Bronco Nation News Golf Tournament. We still have some afternoon foursomes available. And like I said, if you want to enter the hat to win a free foursome in the afternoon and you're a paid subscriber, we have one foursome we're going to raffle off thanks to Lithia Ford of Boise. So Chuck, send me an email on that one, rains@bronconationnews.com. If you don't golf, but you want to come hang out, $50 is what we're charging. You get lunch, you get some drinks, you get $20 worth of raffle tickets, and we'd love to have you come hang out from 12 to 2 is the timing on that. 12 to 2, you can come hang out between groups and hear from Coach Rice and all of our special guests. Going to be a lot of fun next Friday at Timberstone Golf Course, 1 week from today. So if you're interested, bronconationnews.com/golf. You can get more information. And otherwise, I hope you have a great weekend. I'm actually heading out to Timberstone here to talk to Tad and Kelly and make sure we're all good for next Friday. Really excited about the tournament. And again, you can sign up bronconationnews.com/golf if you want to sign up. And don't forget, we're giving away that hole-in-one wins a free car from Lithia Ford of Boise. A lot of free food, drink. Cutwater is going to be there. We got bacon bags. We got R&R barbecue. All kinds of great food and beverages going to be out there at the golf tournament. So hopefully you will check it out. And again, appreciate you for checking out today's show on the road. LeanFeast in Meridian. Looking forward to it and looking forward to seeing everybody for a fun day next Friday. But have a great weekend. Have a great 3-day weekend. Be safe. Remember what Monday is all about when you're out there cooking that barbecue and things. Let's remember there's a meaning behind it and a special one for a lot of people. So have a great weekend. For the kids enjoying the last couple of days of school next week, hopefully you enjoy that and enjoy your final time, I guess, as parents if you're at home while they're at school. But have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you later. Again, check out LeanFeast right here in Meridian, Eagle Road and Ustick, leanfeast.com/Meridian. Tell them you heard about it on Bronco Nation News. Maybe they'll hook you up with a sweet deal. So appreciate you. Have a great rest of your weekend. We'll talk to you later. Bronco Nation News Live, bronconationnews.com.